Hello everyone, my name is Jess, the Tarottunist, and I have a pick a card reading just for you tonight, or today, or in your car on your lunch break. Whenever you're watching it, it is timeless and it is meant for you. Are you stressed out? Maybe life just feels like a bunch of TV static. Maybe there's a lot of shit you're sorting through. Regardless, I sense a heaviness and I just wanted to make a pick a card for everyone who's just stressed out. Let's get started without further ado, without further delay. Your message is on the way. All right, I'm sorry that was organic, and I hope you enjoyed it. I think this is Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know what actor this is, but this is pile number 1. He has a sweet little avocado. Maybe you really resonate with the bulging of eyes. Pile number 1. We have pile number 2, stay positive. You might be listening to a lot of music from your past, or maybe from your grandparents' generation. I'm just getting a lot of, I know it's like the coloration and Jaws, but I just got like the movie Jaws in that time period and a lot of music. So you might be really clinging to music. Pile number 2. And last but not least, we have pile number 3, this puppet dog. I know this is a meme. I don't know what meme it is, but he looks like a very good boy, and I love him, and he's pile number 3. Let's get started. Hello, pile 1. This is for everyone who chose the stressed out man and his stressed out little avocado. I feel like maybe you are in a situation that you feel like you just panically are watching unfold. But let's see how it goes. Pile number 1. You are going through some tough shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. Woof. That was blunt. But I think, first of all, I want to say if you are going through something really tough, I am really sorry that this is troubling you so much. It is going to get better. And I'm not just saying that to be sweet. I'm saying that because I think what this card is trying to say is life is all about ups and downs, right? And this is just a moment where this is a downtime. And it's not bad, it's just life, you know? You didn't do anything to deserve it. I feel like this pile might be I overindulging in caffeine, coffee, maybe extra Starbucks runs, maybe extra espresso in the coffee, energy drinks. I feel like, but it's counterintuitive. I feel like maybe you guys are staying up late, but then relying on the coffee, so anxiety is boosted up. So I just feel like this pile is also doing comfort food, particularly sweets. If you're from my area, water ice. Speaking of water signs, really strong energy here. So we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We also have strong air energy, Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. And we also have Leo present, but you could be any sign. But those were the ones that are coming out so far. A personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So, first and foremost, every time I see this, I think of your home life, your loved ones are safe. And I feel like your sense of security is being challenged right now in whatever way, whether that's through a relationship, whether it's through just within yourself changing, or your home. And I just want you to know that you're coming to a point where you're safe. So I don't know what sign the moon is going to be when you're watching this, but yeah, full moon in Cancer. The color blue is really prominent in your reading in particular. I feel like if you're dealing with somebody, whether it's a family member, whether it's a love relationship or a friend, they could have really striking blue eyes, or they could have very striking, piercing brown eyes. Because when I was placing the cards out, I got the song Pretty Brown Eyes by Mint Condition, so I might have some 90s fans. But yeah, I'm just getting eyes. When I think of eyes, I also think of, windows to the soul, crying. So maybe there's been a lot of emotional upheavals, if you will. And so maybe you're just kind of like so overwhelmed. It's like you're not even crying. You're just kind of watching the situation play out. Whether that's like emotionally with inside yourself or, with somebody. Angel of Truth. Yeah, see, and her hair. So you are such a badass. You might actually have this hair, or you might be thinking of, you might be thinking of doing something new to your hair. Why not get a fun color? Try it out. But I just get, and see how the word true is written right on her throat? You're speaking your truth. Truth is coming out. Strong Libra and Sagittarius energy. You have the goddess Mat. I want to say that's how you pronounce her name. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody from a past lifetime. So this could be a twin flame energy. This could be just a deep connection, like someone that you've had many lifetimes with, that you're just like, that knows a very intimate part of you. And I feel like you have been getting messages a lot, whether it's through your ancestors. Anytime I see like white feathers and doves, I think of heaven. So you're really connected to the spiritual world. And I feel like this pile in particular, it's not about who's right and wrong, but if you're worried that if you're making right decisions, as long as you're being truthful with what you're saying, everything that's going to happen because of your truth will be in fairness, will be done in fairness. And if you were reading it in like classic tarot forms, I would pick this as the Justice card and the upright. And not only is luck on your side, but justice is on your side. Karma, good karma, is coming back to you. And really, when you see the Justice card in general, it's just saying, hey, time to pay up. Karma's coming around. What goes around comes around. Here's the come around. It's coming back around again. This is for the people of the sun. You might be a Rage Against the Machine fan, or, excuse me, I'm getting so excited. Or you might just be speaking your truth. Like, this is you maybe breaking away from your parents, breaking away from traditional norms, breaking away from your limiting self box that you put yourself in or try to make yourself be. Or this is you, like, maybe you are the sensitive, shy one in the group and you cry a lot and you're like, you know what? Maybe that's okay. I'm speaking my truth when I do it. And as long as you're being honest with yourself and honest with the people you love, it's not saying your life is going to be rainbows and it's going to be happy, but it's going to be fair. You're doing the right thing by speaking your truth. And even if it feels uncomfortable, and even if your relationships are currently changing because of it, you're doing the right thing. Lighthouse. The number 222 might be resonating with you right now. You also might be thinking of, like, I keep getting eyes and hair. So, your hair, I think that Spirit is really pushing you to do something fun with your hair. I think you're thinking of either a fun hair color or just a haircut, or maybe thinking of just styling it different. Do it. Anyways, Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. I am always enough. So yeah, this pile I really feel like is either challenging a twin flame, challenging a friendship, challenging parents. I'm getting strong parent energy. Like maybe you're just breaking away from like really strict, you're just breaking away from restriction. A restriction that's like a major milestone in your life or a major area of stability, But yeah, you're growing and just keep shining your light. Gang Sarah is your goddess, is your African goddess. Resistance. Whether you are broken and bruised, whether you are right where you're supposed to be, whether you have enough money, whether it's the right time or not, keep moving. She's all about liberation. You are liberating yourself by speaking your truth. And I feel like even with your music, you're being ultra conscious of like the music you're listening to and the messages. Like you are really, you're just liberating yourself and you're becoming a sense of your own stability. And see how she's like an elder. She's beautiful, but see how she's an elder? I just feel like you are building this generational stability. Even if you don't have children, it's like you're building the stability that you thought was only possible, like, if you followed what your parents said. And you're finding that that's totally not the case. And I feel like if that's not the case, maybe it's like a friend group that you're like, you know what, I'm developing my own sense of strength, and if they don't love and accept me for who I am and speaking my truth, then I'll liberate myself and I'll be free. And this could also be a romantic relationship as well. Regardless, you are breaking free, like Ariana Grande says. Yeah, the number's 222. And also, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could be a Capricorn. I just saw Saturn in the corner of my eye of Gang Sarah's card. So Saturn is all about restrictions and karma and hard work and like the hard lessons, and it's an intense planet. So if you are dealing with somebody, whether it's a love interest, whether it's a friend group, or whether it's your parents, they just want a reaction, they will do it again. So if you are dealing with somebody in a romantic sense, take that for as you will. Let's get into tarot, shall we? Ooh, what deck shall we use? I'm gonna go use I want to say this is my, Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. Eileen Warnos. Have you been watching murder mysteries? Maybe you've been praying more? This is a very artistic, expressive group. This is a group that wants to be totally different than what others want them to be. And I love that about you. Pile 1. Is there anything that you need to know in this crazy time of transitioning and challenging beliefs? Queen of Cups. I'll show you, don't worry, guys. The Sun. This is for the people of the Sun. It's coming back around again. You might be really getting in to you might be really diving deep into what you believe. Sorry, side note, before I get into this, you might be challenging your parents or a significant other, whatever the case may be. You're taking what emotionally moves you, whether it's political. With Rage Against the Machine, it's always political, right? I really feel like you're you know what? I'm comfortable with picking the group that I identify the most with. All right, so on the table we have a lot of fire. We have strong Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. We also have strong Cancer energy. And we have Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So we have you representing the Queen of Cups and the Sun. You could be dealing with a Leo. But ultimately, this is you, the Queen of Cups. She's drinking her delicious tea. You might be drinking tea. You might be thinking of going to the Jersey Shore or the beach soon. You're going to find wonderful seashells if you do that. Or maybe if you're getting into art, this is for the collective that likes art as well. But if you're getting into any style of art, I really feel like you would love textured art, whether it's mosaics, whether it's seashells, maybe painting them, or something that combines the natural world with you. So I digress. Remember painting those rocks with a positive message? That would be a great activity for this collective. But ultimately, I just see that you are totally emotionally open and available. You're diving deep into your own emotions, and you're not letting it control you. You're not letting it control this situation. And even though you might be sad, and even though you might be anxious and overwhelmed and kind of frozen in fear because how life is unfolding right now, just know that you're making the right choices for yourself that are going to bring long-term happiness and energy. Like, good shit is really about to happen, especially for this pile. And I'm naturally talking a little lower because I really feel like you're kind of revved up a lot. Like, there's a lot of like high highs and intense lows, you know? So I want you to know, pile one, that I care about you, that spirit cares about you, and that keep expressing your authentic self. Keep being you. And spirit is going to continue to bless you. Spirit, the universe, God, your deity, your higher power is going to continue to bless you with happiness, especially now. This is timeless, but if you're watching this, I filmed this in July 3rd, 2023. Your Leo season is going to be spectacular. So keep your head up. Keep your head up, like Tupac says. Got to keep your head up. Yeah, just keep being patient and keep releasing. You are really overwhelmed, and gather my thoughts. I see right now you might be spending a little more. You might have a hard time saving. That's okay. Keep being patient with yourself, but always try to keep putting money aside. You're feeling really burdened. It's because of that. So whether you might be overindulging or having a hard time controlling, even though like you're in a better emotional place than you ever been, there's still like, obviously, like, you're not perfect, you're human, and like there still might be some vices. Don't let it control you. Keep practicing the process of letting go. And what I mean by letting go is keep not obsessing over a situation that you can't fix. Don't let yourself keep thinking the negative thought and keep physically doing the negative patterns, whether that's overspending or being too uptight. Just try to be in this neutral position. You are the Queen of Cups. You don't have to move right now. Just keep being still, keep being receptive, keep talking to people that you care about with love and respect. You don't have to kiss their ass. Keep being patient. Within the next 7 weeks, I do see a huge shift happening for you. But ultimately, if you fight yourself, you're just going to feel exhausted even quicker than before. You're already on the path of burnout. So don't overwhelm yourself. Just realize that whatever you want, whatever the goal is, or whatever you need, it's coming. Within 7 weeks, I really feel like a huge stride is going to happen. Keep being patient with yourself. Keep being patient with your people. And even the people that you love that don't understand you and understand this new version of you or this more authentic version of you. Still love them. Keep healthy boundaries. But don't take on their shit, because they have no problem piling it on you. And I do see that you're taking on more stress than you need to. Just keep focusing on your emotional health. I hope this helped. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. This is for everyone who chose the Stay Positive sticker with the little boy in Jaws giving you the thumbs up that he's all right. So I feel like I was about to say pile 1. If you were like, oh no, which one do I choose? I will say that pile 1, I was like, that felt more like family, friends, internal blockages and stuff coming out. This feels like relationship. This is like, I would comfortably say, like, this is your significant other, or this is somebody that you are like, just you love, whether, I mean, you're just a best friend, but this just feels like one-on-one versus like a group of people, if that makes sense. Let's continue. Pile number 2. So the strong signs I get before I jump in would be all the mutable signs. That makes it Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius. But all strong water signs, like strong water signs. Or if you're from my area, strong water signs. So that would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I digress. I'm also getting Aquarius. You need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. Yeah, I feel like something has really happened that shook your peace, your world, has rocked your world. And you need a good cry. You are overwhelmed, you are due, and your soul is just like, oh, I need to feel this because I'm scared. Nothing is yet set in stone. So I feel like with this pile, yeah, because, I'm sorry. So you need a good fucking cry. Nothing is set in stone. And then I keep looking at Ishtar, and she is all about boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others. Demands on your time and energy. So yeah, you are like, I feel like this pile, whether it is a love interest or whether it's just one of your like people, like, you know what I mean? Like one of your besties. Something has happened. A big clash, like a big, like, you spoke your truth. You said, hey, I'm not comfortable with this, or hey, what's going on here? I don't like what's going on here, but I want to work with you. Like you set the boundary and shit hit the fan is what I'm seeing. Like I said, you could be a Leo, you could be a Sagittarius. You are a light in this world. You are a free spirit. You're a free thinker. And you aren't going to let anybody or anything tie you down. Like, you get shit done. And I really feel like you see the world in a beautiful lens. You see people with open eyes. And see how this woman, she's kind of like a badass warrior. She reminds me of like, not that Kesha's not badass anymore, but she kind of reminds me of like an old school Kesha. So maybe you went to high school in the, early to mid 2000s. Maybe you graduated around that time. You could have just got your eyebrows done, but you accept people. And I feel like you're looking at this other person with loving eyes. It's not that you're being mean. And I feel like you might have worried you were being mean before. You were kind of worried to, maybe this relationship had a toxic element of walking on eggshells, and I just feel like you were being blessed with setting yourself free by saying no. You said no to somebody, or you just set a boundary with somebody that you never had before. And you weren't scared of the consequences, and that was the difference. You weren't scared to lose that person. You're a badass. And your African goddess is Mimi Wada, naked. So she's all about emotional vulnerability, and she's all about releasing and diving deep into our emotional waters and being, like, she asks us, where can we be emotional? Where can we free ourselves so we can receive blessings? Because you are the gift. You are the universe. You receive. And she just tells you to swim deep into your emotional blockages. You might like Lisa Frank, or maybe you've been like really inspired by like rainbow colors. I know recently when I filmed this video, Pride Month just passed, but maybe you could be part of the LGBTQA plus community. But ultimately, you are beautiful. You're a free spirit. You're unique. And you're really challenging not just the status quo, but you're challenging others in a healthy way by being yourself. You're not putting your needs last anymore. That's not this version. No, ma'am. So you got a little extra bonus because I was curious. So your oracle card is Throne. Your potential is endless. You might be seeing the number 9 or the number 444 or the number 333 or just 3. But I see like mind, body, soul. Hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Like you, 3 is a very spiritual number. I highly recommend if you look it up. I actually believe I have the number 333 on my TikTok, on the numerology section. But ultimately, you are a badass. Your potential is endless, and you know that you have what it takes to build what you need. You have the emotional depth, and you got mermaids twice. So you might be going to the beach soon. But wow, mermaids are really special. So even if you could watch, maybe you just watched the new Little Mermaid movie, or maybe you love the Little Mermaid movie. I just see that emotionally, you are diving into the waters of your soul. You are more sensual than you've ever been. You are more giving to yourself than you've ever been. And you realize the fire is lit. And even though Mamie Wada is underwater, she's not here to extinguish your fire. She's here so you can dive deeper into your passions to ignite it. And I feel like you are really getting excited for your future. And I feel like maybe this pile, you haven't been that excited for a long time. I feel like you've been feeling stuck, maybe in a relationship, or just stuck in toxic cycles in relationships by not setting proper boundaries with your loved one or loved ones. And you are like saying no more. And in fact, I want to switch up the game because I'm a free spirit and this is not working for me. Somebody, whoever you want to cry about, if you do want to cry about one particular person, or it could be multiple people, I do see a lot of regret. It could be on both sides, but ultimately, I do see that if you're worried if you got through to somebody, you definitely did. There is regret. And with more oracle cards, this is the bonus. We have eternal love, eternity, consistency, soulmate, stress, headache, pressure, lack of sleep. And we have good news, encouragement, miracle, surprise. So I do feel that if you did have a fight with someone that you really love, they do regret it, and I think you regret it too. And it's under you both are under a lot of stress, but you in particular, because the stress card came out, and I feel like maybe, hey, you lashed out a little bit, or maybe they lashed out a little bit, but there is some regret on that side. But I do see good news coming in, whether it's I just got like a deed to the house, so besides just maybe better communication between you and this person, I do see like legal good news coming in the mail. So that's just a bonus. Let's get your tarot. I understand what it's, cries are so healing. I know crying can be hard. I get it. But if you could just find a quiet, safe place where you feel secure, there is nothing in the world like a good, ugly cry, holding onto a pillow, and then, watch an episode of Golden Girls. Because, life, we get through life, one video at a time, one walk at a time, one good dessert at a time. We just get through it. Pile 1. Pile 2. You might want to watch Pile 1. I mean, they're very similar, but ultimately you are stepping in your power. And if you are worried, if you're stepping over boundaries, or if you're in the wrong, and I'm not trying to say this to gas you up because you're watching this, I think you're doing the right thing, or at least Spirit is encouraging you that you are acting from a really vulnerable and true space, And don't worry, I'll show you the cards. But we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So, right away, I am getting you having a one-on-one with somebody within the next 2 days to 7 days. Or maybe it just already happened. But regardless, I just see you laid it on the line. You laid your emotions on the line, and I feel like words were said on both parties, maybe. But I just feel like feelings are hurt on both ends. But you were just being really honest, and you set the boundary, and I kind of feel like whoever you're dealing with is trying to wiggle out of responsibility at times. And you're like, not only are you not going to do that, but we're at a decision now. Because, see, I'm not really happy in how things are going. I'm very happy with you. You as a person make me very happy. I think you bring sunshine into my world. However, there's a lot in this connection that is not fulfilling. There's a lot in this connection that leaves to be desired. Like you can sense it, and it's like, I don't mind helping. I am understanding, but my boundaries have to be met. And I feel like you really want to break free from this cycle. And you setting the boundary is, my friend. So please don't be hard on yourself. But ultimately, I do see change in this connection. For some of you guys, if you're like, this isn't romantic, or if it is romantic, I'm just going to put this out there. This is like so hard to say. If I'm being honest, I feel like you guys are at a crossroads with this person. Boundaries were crossed. And even though they are a person that brings a lot of joy into your life, you're unfulfilled in a lot of ways because they keep taking too much. And, your own responsibility, it's like to set the boundary because you love yourself. And I think that's what you're realizing. It's like, if I continue to have this person in my life, I have to set the boundary because I want you in my life for a long time. But in order to do that, things have to change. And I feel like the person you're dealing with, it's not that they don't want to love you or treat you right, in quotations. However, they don't want to change themselves, if that makes sense. And I feel like there's a lot of like, oh, but if we make this relationship healthier, that means there's going to have to be some change on my part. So that's what I'm getting. They might not be telling you that, but that's what I'm getting. For some of you guys, I see this relationship ending. For some of you guys, I see this relationship drastically changing by the fall, so October, November. But this is a timeless reading, so if you're like, well, it's October, November now, you could just be a Libra, but you could be a Libra Scorpio. But ultimately, I just get that this connection is, you will have good news with them. It's not like bad, oh, what's going to end. But for some of you, I do see a death. For others, yeah, there's a lot of confusion with this connection. There's regret, and there's like, there's a lot of anxiety and shadow. Like, there's one party that's being honest, which I really feel is you. I'm always going to be team you, by the way. But, no, I'll tell you when you're in the wrong. But I really feel like it's you. You're being honest, but I feel like the person you're dealing with is not being honest. And this is off the tracks a little. Like, emotionally, even though they're fulfilling, something is really askew. Something is off, and you know it. And you're kind of bringing this emotional awareness to this relationship that this person doesn't even want to deal with inside themselves. So that's why there's like resistance, is what I'm getting. But we have strong Cancer energy, like super strong Cancer energy. We have Virgo. We have all air signs. Scorpio. I'm so sorry. Not Scorpio, but Scorpio is in here too. We have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But don't fret, because you also have the card of soulmate and good news. So like I said, for some of you guys, the ones that really want to break free, I see that happening. For the ones that are actively talking with somebody and you see them making active changes and you don't sense the resistance in their voice, that's a great sign. But there is going to be a portion of you that I think regardless, everyone is going to see, like, there is going to be some resistance, but there's going to be, this connection still isn't going to take off the ground. Like, this is a soulmate of yours. Like, yes, this is a person that you're meant to be, like, I hate this prediction because it's like, oh, one person for the rest of my life. It's like, yes, but it's deeper than that. It's like, this is a person that you're going to have a relationship that grows and matures. That's what I mean when I see this picture. So there's always going to be this love there, and I do see good news happening. I don't necessarily know if it's good news within this connection, but I see with this connection massive change happening because you brought it on, because you're being truthful with yourself. You're being so honest with yourself. You're setting the boundaries for yourself, and it's making other people respect you. And I know it feels weird, but I'm telling you, it is like, it's what you need. Do the ugly cry, like Spirit says. Nothing is set in stone. Things could get a lot better, but just know that you did the right thing. You took control of a situation that ultimately was going nowhere, you know? So don't make any decisions right now. This is not the time to act. This is the time to feel. This is the time to create art. This is the time to maybe take a nature walk with no headphones on. Just listen to the birds. This is a time to think of a vacation you want to take next year, like maybe like look up some activities to do at a place you want to go. This is the time to really dive deep into your emotional being. Don't worry about this connection. Nothing is set in stone. But it really is, I mean, like, I see both sides, but regardless, you're the winner. You're the warrior. You're the free spirit. And you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Love you. Bye. Hello, pile 3. This is for everyone who chose the little dog meme, the puppet dog. Oh, you look so sad. I want to give him a hug. And pile 3, are you sad? I wish I could give all of you a hug right now. Let's get started. Be fucking grateful. Shit could be so much worse. Wow. First of all, I want to send my condolences because I really feel like this pile is going through something traumatic. I feel like this is a loss. Whether it's just a big ending. I feel like this is just one of those moments in your life where it's like you're going to remember it forever. It's changing you. So what I would recommend is the best way to fight those feelings is to fight it with gratitude. So if you want to look into gratitude journaling, or even if you just Google like how to be more grateful or how to show gratitude to the universe or whatever deity or higher power you worship, that will do wonders. I mean, it's done wonders for me. I just have to follow through with it. Even the cartoon Big Mouth, you might be watching a lot of shows that you're getting lost in because you're really, you're stressed out and, you're depressed. And you might be watching more cartoons, but they have an episode with the Gratitude. I highly recommend that because it just breaks down, the secret, if you will, the law of positive attraction and whatnot. Maybe you're getting into that, which is also really awesome. But yeah, they just talk about how gratitude really helps change your perspective. And I know it's easy for me to say, and it's almost like, I hate when people tell you like, just think positive and it will get better. It's almost like you want to be like, fuck you. But if you can just be kind to yourself and just list 3 things like, you know what, thank God I have an extra Diet Coke in the fridge, and like, thank God there was not that much traffic on the way to Wawa, and thank God that all my laundry was folded. I'm glad I did that like yesterday. You know what I mean? Like just even the little things. And with that, you'll start, it'll be more natural. And that will help you get in a mindset and energy level, vibration to receive. Your goddess is Kali. Endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. And that's interesting because along with Kali, your oracle card is Daughter of the Sacred Heart. You might be seeing the number 4, 444, 8, 827, or 888. Actually, if anyone could look up the angel number 827 and leave it in the comments, I would absolutely love to know what that means. But I digress. When you might be listening to Madonna or maybe very empowering music right now, I also got the Virgin Mary. Maybe you're praying the rosary. You could be Catholic. Maybe you are, you're really connecting to your divine feminine. And it's like, this girl looks like she's done crying, but she's definitely cried all these tears. Daughter of the Sacred Heart talks about, you are so loved, not just by the universe and not just by your little group of people, but by people and energies that you don't even know exist yet, you know? And besides that, like, regardless, you are love. Not to get too, you know, crunchy on you, granola, but you are. And you see your worth and beauty, and you know that this situation, this ending, is not going to break you. And I feel like you are so worried about your future, and you're worried if things are going to happen, and you're worried, and you just want everything to be okay. And Spirit is saying that things are going to be okay. It's not going to break you. You might be thinking of dyeing your hair black. You could have hazel eyes. Maybe you're dealing with someone, or you're thinking about somebody who has hazel eyes or really dark hair. Maybe they're kind of edgy and alternative. I got also Selena, you know. So yeah, you could be a Selena fan. She sings a lot of romance songs. So maybe you're really sad about... This feels like a huge ending, to be honest. This feels like a huge ending. However, if you're asking yourself like a yes or no question in your mind, the answer is maybe. So take that for what it is. We already went over Miss Allah. So you could be between the ages of 30 to 37. I really feel like you're diving in to back when you were a teenager. I feel like you are in a growth period right now, and you are like going back to this like innocent you. And this you that is like some of the most raw version of you. Like, I feel like you were like a theater kid, you know, like an artsy kid and sensitive, and you know, you're not trying to fit in. You're just being you. Garden, something lovely will grow from this. Gray, endings are inevitable. So yeah, something ended recently for you. Whether it was a job, whether it was a relationship, whether it was a friendship, whatever the case may be, something ended. But something beautiful will happen with this. It's going to inspire you to be more articulate. It's going to inspire you to write. Actually, writing your feelings would be excellent. And if you paint your nails, do the blues, avoid gray. Avoid the gray. Do blue. Let's get your tarot, shall we? I know it's easy for me to be like, it will be okay, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. But that's what I'm getting. It's like, I see an ending, and I feel like Spirit wants to bless you with something, because see, like, you're pregnant, you're in gestation right now. So something is waiting to come in, but I feel like you have to grieve a loss first. Like, you're grieving an ending right now. But yeah, who knows? Like, gestation is 9 months. Within the next 9 months to 9 weeks, you might see something. But I get in months. I get like something I feel like something really just ended. But something beautiful is coming from it. And yeah, Spirit just wants you to clear out any emotional gunk that's residing in your heart space that you're not even aware of, you know? Yeah, your third eye is open, because even in the garden card and Kali, you know, they have, it looks like a bindi, like their third eye. And yeah, trust yourself. Trust your intuition. You know what's up. And I feel like this pile is really like looking for answers. Maybe you're going on like looking up tarot videos and like, oh, what are they saying? What are they going to say? And nothing right now is set in stone. Now is the time for healing. Now is the time for rest and rejuvenation. And this is more giving you hope. Something beautiful is going to come from this. Your life is in this transitional phase. In fact, every one of these pick a cards is in a transitional phase of power, where this whole collective is stepping into their power, but in all different forms. And I feel like, yeah, something really abruptly ended. Your yes or no question is a maybe. And, but something beautiful is truly coming of this. I don't feel like this ending was necessarily like I don't think you didn't see it coming, if that makes sense. Like, and that makes it a little better. I feel like you did have time to mentally prepare in a way. It's like the inevitable kind of like he says, endings are inevitable. I just feel like something ran its course. And don't worry, I'll show you. All right. So, right away what I'm getting is if you're dealing with somebody, there, like I said, there is an ending. And it could be with inside yourself. I feel like for majority, though, this has to deal with a specific person or group of people. There is a deep connection with this person. A lot of passion. They could be a fire sign. They could be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. But they are not communicating with you, and they're not being totally honest with you. There's a level of secrecy in this connection. And while they are a part of your family, if you will, or this was a joyous occasion to celebrate, a joyous connection, and this was filled with love, and there was a lot of great qualities, there was an element of deception. You couldn't fully trust this person, and spirit, your intuition let you know what's up. And I mean, even though you're really sad, something beautiful will come from this. I don't know if it's forever ending. I can't tell you that, but it looks like this, if it's not permanently ending, the relationship will never be the same after this. That could be better or for worse. Will it be for better or for worse? Maybe. Will they come back? Maybe. Is this truly, truly over for now? Maybe. I mean, is it forever? Maybe. But right now, it is not the time to even worry about that. Right now is the time for healing. Right now is the time for you to cry. Right now is the time for you to process the hurt feelings that you felt, that you pushed down to keep this relationship alive, whether it was romantic or platonic. Okay, yeah. For some of you guys, I feel like you were dealing with somebody that didn't want to work with you. They are emotionally really into you, right? Like, they are expressive. They're super attracted to you. They could be a blondie. You could be a blondie, or you just really love their hair. They could be really attracted to your hair. But this is a person that gives you their heart, right? But they take their time. They take their time, and they rely on the fact that you guys have excellent chemistry. You don't have to fight to make smiles and laughs happen. You don't have to fight to be in the mood. You don't have to fight to have a good time with this person, whether it's romantic or platonic. However, there's an element of they don't want to put the work in. This is a collaboration. A relationship, no matter what type of relationship it is compromise, and you bring yourself to the table. And there's an element where this person is hiding a portion of themselves and not bringing work to the table. They're not being part of a team. So now this could be a work situation, and you never maybe felt part of that team. And even though you were emotionally open and you did want to put your heart out there, I do feel like there is some secrecy in your office. It wasn't a good job. It wasn't a good fit. If this was a work environment, as painful as this is and as scary as this is, I do see this as for the best thing that could have ever happened to you. And I know it doesn't feel like that, but I'm telling you it is. But this really feels like more relationship based than anything else. But yeah, that is what I'm getting for this pile. That was short and sweet. I feel like we need more. So I am going to give you more. Baby, want more? I'll give you more. Actually, are you guys Britney fans? Because there it is. Let's get some initials. I don't know why I do it this way, but that's what I do. All right. The first initials I saw pop up were FNF. So yeah, this really feels romantic, but there is a rap song, FNF. I just highly recommend you looking it up. But let's just say you're free. So the initials we have are F, N, F, O, A, S, L, S, Q, H, M. And it's funny, when I was saying FNF, the numbers 444, recording was on. So you are being protected. And I know it might not feel like you're being protected. It feels like dreams are being smushed. But I'm telling you, something beautiful will come from this. I promise you. I hope this helped. This is going to get better. Collective, stay strong. You're the best. Love you. Bye.